device.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, self-driving cars. Let's hear about the Google experience of self-driving cars.
Have you guys seen one of these things?
I mean, like on the video, yeah.
Okay. Have you seen one in person?
I haven't seen one in person.
I haven't seen one in person. I was hoping someone.
Wait, was
had.
that maybe a self-driving car that we saw the other day? Or was that a Google
Was
Maps
it
car?
was it going around the roundabout over and over and over?
It's stuck.
Was someone ghost riding their whip?
Yeah, the dude actually opened the door and jumped out and tumbled and ran away and it exploded.
No, we got really excited because we thought we were going to be on Google Maps.
Yeah.
So I'm not. And he's asking
So
if that was a self-driving car, but I don't think.
It might be.
I don't
know
think
that
they're driving it.
They have
in
that
the
thing on
city.
top.
Yeah,
with
the big
spinning. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
that's,
it's spinning?
Yeah.
Then it definitely was.
Oh,
Yeah, we did
so
see
we're not
one.
going to be on the maps.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be doing both of them now.
Yeah.
If you have.
No,
There might
I
be
mean
self-driving the Google Maps cars.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh,
Why not?
that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
That would be right. So I guess we have seen one. It
Yeah.
didn't hit me,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
But it followed you home
Yeah.
and knows where you live now.
Yeah.
Circle my
Anecdotal
block for
evidence, but
hours.
still very interesting.
Well, what else? I think there's a lot of bad drivers out there, and I think all of us would be much happier people if we could take our little nubs out on the highway and get to where we need to go and be driven there. So
I would say that it might be an awesome idea to ban cars that aren't self-driving cars in the city.
Oh no, I was
Can
going
we
to say.
retrofit them?
I was going to go all the way, and I was going to say we should ban cars completely.
So
Yeah,
I
let's
agree, but
retrofit
I
them.
think the step would be self-driving cars. Because I mean, what's the problem with self-driving cars?
I mean,
Nothing.
the problem with self-driving cars is that they're still evil. They're still burning fossil fuel.
Well,
That-
the problem with self-driving cars is that there's
It's gonna-
still
it's
other
gonna encourage
people
more
driving cars around us.
It's going to encourage more people to drive cars that are currently taking public transportation
No,
or
not
biking.
if they're all hooked up to a system where they get on a
But
rail.
where do you think public
and they
transportation
need
gets
to
its
plug
energy
into
from?
the power
Burning
source.
coal somewhere.
It's still more efficient than, and it's not necessarily cool. It depends on where you're at.
Okay.
But I mean,
Children's tears.
children's tears are an amazing renewable resource.
You know what? They're just so combustible.
Yeah.
So highly combustible.
And they're so sweet. They're so sweet.
To me, it's
I rub
like
them on my gums every night.
to me, it's like making a public transportation system that's your own personal car that you just fucking get on when there's space to get on, and that's awesome, and that's all I need. Like, if there's stops that you have to get off, and then you have to go back around, and then maybe you self-drive, I don't know. But if you live close to those stops that are self-driving anyways...
It would just
I
be
don't
like a
care.
taxi with no driver, really, is ultimately what it would be.
It's so easy to do. Like, we all take these main routes anyways, and we all get on them and get off them and whatevs.
I mean, is that better than like riding like a bus to work with a bunch of people that you work with?
Yes, it is. It's exactly better than riding a bus because you can create your own time when you leave.
Yeah.
And you get on the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then nobody is crashing into me, which I love.
Or trying to stab you.
Or trying to stab you.
What
Or
kind of
driving
buses
like
are you
an
guys
idiot.
on going to your
The 14.
the 14. Oh, no, I meant like company shuttles, like
Pretty much.
Google and Apple and Facebook.
Okay,
Yeah, except I don't work for Google or Apple, and I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Okay.
Hey, Google or Apple, hire me.
Yeah. So no, the reason that I am pumped about self-driving cars is because I think it's insane that we allow people to park on the street in a city as dense as San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think that
Really
and a controversial topic right here, but everyone was flipping out a couple months ago when they started metering on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think
I love that.
It's
I think
God's
it's great.
Day, though.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That was Saturday.
But
Alright.
okay,
Depends on who you ask.
if I was going to go and store a couch on the street, and all I had to do was move it for street cleaning once a week, people would flip their shit. I have to pay. If I want to go store a couch somewhere, I got to go pay for storage. Now, I think that...
Oh, and there's like no permitted like parking, right? Because like
for couches?
Yeah, no, for cars. For cars.
There's still permanent parking. Yeah, I mean, you're in a permanent area here.
Yeah,
And
okay.
all that means is basically you don't have to...
But you're paying like a monthly or yearly, permit in that case.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
but even so, I mean, that's pretty much, they're $50-$60. They're nothing, right? They're nothing
Okay.
compared to
Yeah.
the actual cost of storage space. Like, okay, let's say for the size, I have a storage locker on 16th and Bryant, and it's the size of a car, a size of a very small car,
Yeah.
and it costs me $100 a month.
You get,
So-
is this a plug for that company? A shout out?
No, I'm not going to even mention their name.
Because I hate them.
Yeah, because they were mentioning me for bringing all the
No, but
dust
like
in
a
post-banning
storage
there.
space is
So,
$30,000
okay.
to $50,000 a year
Okay, so what-
slash 100.
Okay, so what is your solution to that? Is it the problem is that people are leaving their cars out all the time?
It's
Would
that
you like
they
something-
don't need cars.
Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
hold
that's
on,
my
hold on,
point.
hold on.
People don't need cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I think this, right? Like, if at the moment people want a parking space right out front of their house, and that's why, and a lot of the decisions that get made in the city, like, you know, the train line out Geary was getting, you know, argued against because it's like, oh, it's going to remove parking spaces. Now, self-driving cars are pretty much going to eliminate the need for parking spaces. You won't care about having a parking space directly out front of your place because let's say the city can go and build a parking
Massive
structure, you know,
Yeah.
one per neighborhood.
Like
and all
that
you got to
thing
do
that we
is,
all have to sit in and wait out the metro for.
And it would drive right to your house.
well, that's it, right? So you go, you know, you hit 2 buttons on your phone, and then 30 seconds later, the car's at your front door. So you don't care about parking anymore.
Are the laws for self-driving cars going to allow them to drive when someone's not in them?
I don't know enough
Because
about the
I think
laws.
was it Utah or the other like neighboring state that passed the first state in the union to pass the law saying that driverless cars or self-driving cars were legal. I think they had a provision for cars that had to have someone in them.
Right.
That's
Well, they're
interesting.
legal in California, but I don't know about whether they have to have a person in them or not.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
that's the thing.
The only thing that I think that would affect would be shipping, or someone's pushing back. Like
Right.
that makes no sense.
I like the
Right?
idea of
I mean,
having to have being
unless there's
able to have.
accountability. But
like-
if you're in the car and it's self-driving, then you're not accountable anyway. So what does it matter if someone's in it or
I
not?
like
no,
the
I disagree.
idea
I
of
think you are
being able to
accountable.
have.
I think you still will be accountable. For
But if
that.
I'm in the back seat and there's no steering wheel and it's driving me to my
But like,
destination, how am I
if
accountable?
you live in a house, like let's make a metaphor here. If you live in a house and you have a gun in there, and you're in the bathroom taking a crap, and someone
I've done that before.
someone sneaks in and takes your gun and shoots someone else, or someone gets hurt. Aren't you responsible for what happened because you own that gun? You
No,
have
I'm
license
not
for it?
actually. No.
Really?
So no, I
You
still
are
like
not.
it.
If somebody steals your gun
Within
and
your
then
house while
kills
you're there.
someone, you're not responsible for that. Someone stole your gun. You should file a police report. And
What if like your little kid gets into the gun safe and shoots someone? You're still not responsible for that, even though it is your gun and your license.
so if my little kid did that,
Yeah.
I would be like, don't do that again.
Stop killing little
And
Jimmy.
then we would hide the body.
Hey, dude. Hey,
and
little
no one
dude,
would be
stop
the wiser.
killing.
Yeah, so
Like,
it wouldn't
that's-
be a big deal.
You know,
Okay.
I've seen Breaking Bad. I know how to dispose of a body.
Alright, alright. Well,
Hold on! Don't like bring up the topic of buying chemicals online. 'Cause I don't want that to become an issue.
Silk
for me.
Road. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We'll have another anonymous
Yeah.
bit here soon.
Please
I
don't.
believe it's the Wool Boulevard.
Yeah.
What else? I still like the idea of having your own private self-driving car, though. I don't want to discount the public idea because I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But if you can still take up your public car and say, "Hey, poor people waiting in line for the public self-driving cars,"
You just
fuck
called
you.
poor people
I'm
out.
gonna,
Yeah.
I want to still allow the rich people to enjoy the self-driving car because that's the only way it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm.
Yeah.
This is all staying in, by the way.
So counterpoint. Services.
I did not say it. I did not say any of
Just
that.
like a turn, just like an on ramp.
And she's a girl, so no one's gonna say shit.
Just like an on ramp for a highway, like whatevs. I'm gonna get on.
Dig up.
Yeah.
While you're waiting.
Digging deeper and deeper.
Do we need
deeper and
another
deeper.
beer? Do you need
Yeah.
Is it beer time?
While you're waiting, poor people, I'm gonna get on in my private self-driving car. I think that you still.
Well, yeah.
Are you gonna yell that at them as you're driving past them?
I mean,
you'll have
not driving.
Well, yeah, being driven. You'll have both your hands free to lean out the window and
Wait,
you
for
know,
the
yell too.
record, I would be in the poor people line.
Oh, yeah.
You want to have the right to be able to be yelled at by the rich people driving past, not driving past in their own.
No,
not
I'm
driving
No, because
past.
you want that hope. You want that hope one day. You're like, that'll be me one day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yelling at
Yelling.
people
You
like
gotta
you.
you gotta strive for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Upward mobility.
Poor people.
So this class war brought to you by Tecate.
Hey, Dan, does red mean it's clipping?
Doesn't matter. I'll fix it in post.
Okay. Go.
Mm.
Good talk.
Good talk. Wait, is it clipping? Yeah. Check. Yeah, that means it's clipping.
Yeah,
What does that
it
mean?
definitely It was clipping when we opened beers and whatnot, so...
Okay, you should just scooch over
I just did it a bunch.
Towards you.
A little.
Yeah,
If it clips, I'll throw a
There you
limiter on it.
Okay.
there you go.
This man knows what he's doing.
So, any other...
Any other
Poor
things
people.
to say about poor people?
Yeah. Any other self-incriminating statements to say? Self-driving cars. We just talked about
I think
self-driving
we covered
cars.
it.
Covered all the problems right there.
Yep.
Uh-huh.